What's up, Bybit fam? We are live with Bybit Art of Trading, round 3, 9th of August. Lovely to have you all here. I see the team is hopping on the building. Let me double check that we are live on our multi-stream platforms. Leonard, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. How are you doing this morning?
Absolutely awesome. You know, when there's live trading going on, there's nothing better.
Understood. And good morning. Glad to have you out.
Let me just double check on this Twitter live. Looks like we should be good. So, Leonard, tell us how you're feeling about Wissart.
I'm feeling great, man. There's so many opportunities. I mean, you got here. I obviously can't participate, but there's just so much to win. You can participate in a lot of different ways. If you don't trade so well, if you're just like more of a copy or a follower, there's plenty of opportunities. There's plenty of sign-on bonuses if you just want to recommend somebody join the platform. Just a lot of different ways to take advantage of this particular promotion. And of course, you know, I'm always geeked about who's going to get that Lambo and who's going to get that watch. So I waited with bated breath to see who's going to win the big prize. So a lot to be excited about.
Lovely to hear. So let's have a look here. I mean, it's amazing. We're already winning bonuses from the Arena raffle every day, so it's a whole lot of fun. And looking at the schedule, we can see, of course, register now. You don't want to be late, but we have a late registration all the way up until August 17th at 10 a.m. UTC. So you have time if you're umming and ahhing about your squad. You have a little bit of time, but you know what? Just get in there, and well done to all the early birds such as myself who are going to receive $50 in BTC just for registering up to Wissart early. But if you need the link, let me drop it quickly, and let's see who's in the building. If you are live, please drop us a message. I see Crypto Cloud. I see Jess. Lovely to have you. Valentine, please let us know where in the world are you tuning in from. Is it Lagos? Is it South Africa? Is it India? Valentine, what's up, brother? I see we have MD in the building. Oh, James, long time. Everyone is showing up. Ika present. We have Bitman in the building. Oh, awesome. So, open up the Discord. Send me your charts. We are going to look into your charts. We're going to open your trades. So, drop them in the Discord. And of course, get ready for our Kahoot. Make sure you are listening to everything that is said. And right now, let me drop a link if you need it for the Wissart registration. And don't worry, better late than never. So right now in the chat, I dropped a link. Check it out. You should be able to click it. Head there right now. Register, come under a squad. If you need a squad, hit me up. I mean, of course, do your own research, but there's so many brilliant squads. Leonard, are you registered? Tell me that you're going to be trading with us. I know you're more of a fundamental analyzer, but come now. You're going to be trading, right? You're going to be trading.
Unfortunately, because of regulation, thank you, Gary Gensler, I can't participate. I got to sit this one out. Yeah, it's a huge bummer. But I'm sitting in the sidelines, cheering everybody on. I wish everybody the best of luck. Be the change that I can't be, people. Win. Participate.
Yeah, and give me a nudge. Give me a nudge on those hype tokens, because I'm really hands on deck for this Wissart. I'm trying to build my P&L. I'm trying to help my squad. So Leonard or anybody, if you have any FA, if you have any hot tokens, and of course we're going to get into it straight away. So let's do that. Should we look into some degen trades? I see the crew is in the building. Absolutely lovely. Thank you for being here, everybody. So as always, we like to start off with a bang. You can see from our P&L share that I have been milking the charts. So let's have a quick little status update. Here we can see BTC making a nice little push for it through resistance, through the median of our channel, as well as a horizontal resistance line, right up to our mental level of 30,000. I mean, you couldn't get more round of a number than 30,000. And basically, that is the level that we're watching. You can base all your trades on whether we manage to break this mental level. And as you can see, it is the level that has been sending us down. It is the level that held us up. It is the most significant level that we are looking at. And if we have a break of it, we could see a continuation of our uptrend. If we have a proper rejection with volume from it, we could see a gnarly start of a downtrend. And I'll show you how I got my most recent Bitcoin long. Of course, a lot of technical analysis went into it, but for those of you who aren't yet into the market cipher indicators, it is very much worth looking into. Of course, they look a little bit advanced at first to the newbie, but you know what? Once you can learn to use this indicator, you're actually using about 8 indicators at the exact same time. And look at this. So for those who know this indicator, you will obviously see the beautiful bullish divergence that came in on the daily time frame on Market Cipher B. And this is a free indicator. Anybody can use it. What did we get? Look at that pump right from the print of the bullish divergence. Boom. So it's that easy. Some indicators are that good, and that's a 3% long. And let's have a look at that BTC long. Let's see where we're sitting. All right, not bad. We're sitting in a realized P&L of $51. We're sitting with a current margin of only $7 in a P&L of $16. So a nice tame trade there. You know, we're looking at little trades here before we find our real direction, and then we leap into it. Then we leap into the trend once we start really breaking the clouds on the higher time frames, etc. And not looking bad, but of course getting exhausted. The whale bulls will need to step in here. We can see the exhaustion playing out here on the 4-hour time frame. Big wicks on the sell coming in. You can see my take profit is very clearly sitting at the 30,400 level, because for me the next major level to break is the 30,500 level. So my take profit is just before that, and of course my stop loss in profit. One more trade I want to show you before we open some new trades is this lovely YGG. And this actually came from the community. Oh, we're about to hit my take profit. Look at that. This came from the community, literally. So thank you, everybody. And you know what? When I saw this juicy trade, I aped in, and absolutely beautiful. We have realized $630 in profit from a $50 trade. We are 800% in profit, $48 in profit on a $6 margin. This is my favorite way of trading. Low risk, high leverage, high reward, and very much planned. Plan the trade the plan. You can't go wrong with stop loss. All right, who's in the building? Miguel, she's gonna dump. Weekly bear versus daily bull. Who wins? Of course, I'm with you, Migs. We're looking at that 27.4 level. We're looking at that weekly bearish divergence. And everybody, welcome Bitman. I mean, he is an absolute swing trading guru. Once he realizes the direction and that he's got the wick on Bitcoin, he apes in to the altcoins in the right direction, and he can have 12 trades at a time in over 1,000 ROI percentage. We've all seen it. So welcome Migs, and thank you for joining us. We know you're at work. Grace, welcome. Gibson. All right, so right now in the chat, let us know, what are we trading? I know we've got the gurus in the building. So what are we going to open trades on? These are degen trades. So these are just for fun. Let's look at our 24-hour pumpers and dumpers. We can see that Acro is up 16, Apt is up 14, Pepe is up 11. I would not mind hopping into a Pepe trade, so let me know. Pepe, long or short? Max leverage. Acro not looking bad. Sol, is there a play on Sol? TLM, render. Right now in the chat, give me hopefully a meme coin, because these are degen trades, and give me a direction. Remember, for these trades we are looking at the 15-minute time frame. 15-minute coupled with the 1 hour and the 4 hour. Whoa, IGG taking a dump towards my take profit. Perhaps I should bring my take profit up just to these previous liquidity wicks, and we grab it. We grab the profits right here in the session, and we finalize this trade hopefully around $700 in P&L over $50 trade, and that's what we're talking about. We can see the long is almost coming in here for YGG on the 15-minute, but I'm gonna be cheeky here. What I can do is I can bring my stop loss further into profit, so that I'm just, of course, maximizing my guaranteed profits. All right, so right now in the chat, let me see it. What are we trading? Oh, XRP short. Migs wants to go in hard. So XRP, we're looking at a 75x leverage. So a lovely coin to degen trade. Look at it dumping. So very, very likely to get stopped out on this coin. So what we'll do is we'll bring, I can see money coming in, we'll bring our leverage down a little bit. Because any altcoin on a 20x is absolutely insane. Never mind what XRP is doing right now with the popcorn time. So let us not hit our stop loss instantly. Let's move our leverage down to a 20x. And let's ride this, Migs. Let's have some fun. Let's show some P&L live. So let's go in with a $100 trade. We're going to look to follow Bitman into a short. And yeah, this is just for fun, not financial advice. We will look at some more holistic trading setups shortly. But you do want to make sure that you enter with, more important than a take profit, a stop loss. So let's make it nice and easy. We'll go for a risk to reward ratio of 1 to 3, a 90% take profit, and a 30% stop loss. Make sure it is on the short. Confirm it. Okay, there we go. 30, 90. Make sure you can even see the prices in there on your stop loss. And then as simple as that, of course, if you're sniping, you wait for your RSI to bounce up a little bit. So you're actually an overbought, but you know what, we're just having fun here. So let's see what happens. If we open the short, we can see where our stop loss is sitting, right in the wick there. So not too bad. We could get stopped out. If this is the start of a downtrend, if BTC goes down from here, this could be absolutely glorious. And Migs, let me know if this TP is looking juicy right here, sitting at 62 cents. We're currently sitting at 65 cents. All right, so the P&L share is updating. Let's have a look. There is our newly entered XRP trade. Let's enter one more trade. Thank you for that, Mr. Bitman. So, thank you for reminding us. So Sheldon had a little bit of a medical issue in his family that he is attending to. So all of our thoughts are with him for health and strength. And he'll be with us in 2 weeks. So let's bring the flames, let's bring the fire, let's show him the Bybit community. We've been wanting to merge the banter and the Bybit communities for a while, and this is the time. And no worries, we're excited to see him next week. So thank you for that, Stevie. All right, H-bar from Gibson. Check H-bar on the 1 day, looking for a short. So we'll look at that in our holistic trades. Thank you for that. H-bar, 1 day, very nice. Young Sheldon, try getting nice one. Okay, apt on 5 minutes. This is what I like to hear. Apt on 5 minutes. Thank you for that, Black Huncho. Let's have a look. So we can see apt is actually in one of our pumpers. So I'm guessing that you're looking at a short. And of course, it looks like we might even have time to enter this short here. So another trade, extremely risky, but let's do it. Let's have fun here. And let's push the leverage up. We'll push it to 20x. We won't push it all the way to 50. Or should we have some fun? Just don't want to get stopped out too quickly. Let's have a look at although it's 25 cents up to this kind of ceiling. All right, so let's keep it at a 22. And let's make sure our stop loss is in there. Are you wanting to go long, Black Hunter? Let me know. Or is that a 5 minute short? We'll jump to your time frame so we can see what you're working with here. Let's quickly bring up some EMAs so we can see. We are looking overextended on the 5 minute EMAs. So Black Hunter, very nice there. We can see how this has been very flat. And then all of a sudden, burst open. And it looks like in terms of a bear flag, not holding up. I mean, a bull flag. We could have seen a kind of bull flag scenario, but it looks like more of a breakdown out of that pattern. So technically, we would wait for a retest right here, and then we'd smash the entry all the way through. And hopefully these EMAs would then cross and enter into a further trade. So this could be a nice premature entry. What we could do is enter here. If we do come up higher to test what was support as the resistance, we can add to our trade so that if we do come back to retrace into our EMAs, which is likely if this coin just doesn't keep pumping, but at least we are breaking down there. So let's do it. We've got a leverage of 22x. We want to add our short stop loss. Short on true. Oof, we could just live trade mana short. Short on Doge. XRP long on the daily Bitcoin. daily time frame. Nelson from South Africa, lovely to have you. Oh my word, so many coming in. Bitman, what is his handle? So I'm pushing Bitman to start a Twitter. His posts are absolutely amazing. He catches on to trends way before everyone else, so it's coming, it's coming. HBAR on the 1 day time frame, Gypsum. Thank you, very nice. All right, so no rush to enter into this trade. It looks like the 5-minute stochastic is turning around. So it would look like it's giving us a little bit of a better entry, but you know what, for the sake of time and for the sake of getting into our trades, let's see if we can ride this momentum down into the oversold, and let's smash a short. Again, 30%. Make sure you have your stop loss. Take profit less important. You can always add that later. What you don't want to do is enter into a trade, especially on cross. Then your internet goes down, your electricity goes down, you get a virus, or your computer dies or crashes, or hard drive crashes. Then what? You're stuck there and you could easily get wrecked. Always enter with a stop loss. You could even just make a mistake in your entry. You always want a stop loss. All right, so let's go. We have entered into the short. We can see that our stop is tight. Our stop is tight. It is actually under that support, but no worries. It looks like we have very quickly dropped into a positive P&L. So this could go our way. And Black Huncho, hopefully you have some more TA in the background of this trade. So thank you for that. It looks like there's some definite popcorn time coming in. And that's what we love to see on our P&L for the DJ trades. So absolutely lovely. I think let's move swiftly onwards and head into some news. And while you're giving us the breakdown on what's hot in the news, I will drop the raffle link as well as the Kahoot link. So keep your eyes peeled on the comments for that. Thank you, everybody.
All right.
Let's move.
Thank you, sir. All right, we got a lot of news. We only have topics because everything is so consequential today. We had a lot of high-profile hacks. We had a lot of gossip tea nonsense. So we're going to dial in and see what happened this week, or I guess for the last couple weeks in crypto, that's going to move the markets. All right, starting off, we have the Curve exploit. I'm pretty sure everybody's aware of the Curve hack. We kind of saw like a general market downturn, but if you were holding Curve specifically, you got wrecked a little bit, and our apologies for that. But Curve came down to like 48 cents, I want to say, at its low. Honestly, if you were into DeFi protocols, you would have actually seen Curve get down to 8 cents, which would have been absolutely ruinous if not for centralized exchanges offering some measure of price protection just due to sheer volume and like the amount of liquidity. But if you aren't aware of what happened with Curve, let me bring you up to speed. All right, so essentially Curve was hacked to the tune of about $60 million. And what happened here was an exploit that was possible because of the use of the Bybit programming language. It was a reentry attack, which is just something that's typically patched out or something that like we know to look for in audits, but just unfortunately wasn't caught at a specific time on select pools. It was a couple pools that got affected by this, essentially pools that were paired with Ethereum or with the Curve token itself. So this is just like a singular exchange or a singular protocol. You wouldn't think that this would have like a contagion effect or a knock-on effect, so to speak, because it's isolated. Well, you'd be wrong with that. All right, see, the CEO and founder, Michael Egorov, has a lot of extremely large collateralized loans using the Curve token. In fact, like 46% of the circulating supply of Curve in order to finance the platform and provide liquidity in other tokens. So when the price went really, really low, there was like an immediate concern, like, what happens if he can't pay these loans? What happens if the price goes so low that these loans are no longer properly collateralized and essentially he gets liquidated? This would have huge effects. Like some of these loans are involved in like Magic Internet Money and like Alchemix, Aave. So like it would be similar to what we saw with FTX, a cascading like tower of just terribleness if one of the underlying loans low in the tower essentially gets compromised. So in order to avoid the situation, he essentially had like an over-the-counter sale to a lot of like really prominent names that you recognize. Like Justin's son got in there and bought a bunch of tokens. Lucky Big Brother got in there. DWF Labs got in there. And basically, they bought about $15.8 million worth of Curve token, just to essentially provide like a cash sale and to give him a little bit more money to, change his liquidation price. So the whole crypto ecosystem wouldn't be like imminently threatened by this singular action. Now, in the meanwhile, these funds were stolen by like a singular actor. It owed a couple copycats, but with a lot smaller, like effect. But essentially, there's one hacker, or like one body that perpetrated this intrusion in the first place. So they contacted this guy on chain. He had a couple of his transactions front ran, apparently. But eventually he was able to, or he decided to give back 75% of the funds. So this is huge because, it's people's money. This is not a small hack. It's not the biggest hack because like we've seen some amazing hacks in the space, but it's better now because like we at least got the majority of the funds back. And I believe they offered like a 10% bounty, treated as though he were a white hat. So he expressed, the hacker, that it wasn't that he was caught. It was that he actually cared about the crypto ecosystem and that he wanted to try to make everything whole, just so there wouldn't be like some huge, cluster terrible of like bad debt by keeping the funds. So, I mean, it's good and it's bad. We hate to see things like this get hacked. Curve has been around for a really long time. Curve is present on a lot of different chains. It's on Binance Smart Chain is Ellipsis. Is a layer 2 for it. But yeah, like you hate to see it, but these stress tests are ultimately good because like you get complacent when protocols have been around for a really long time. Just because something hasn't been hacked does not mean that it isn't going to be hacked. And always, as a matter of risk, spread your funds out. For my liquidity providers, never put everything on one protocol. If you have multiple stablecoin positions, spread them out over multiple chains, spread them out over multiple protocols, because stuff like this happens. If you were in the multi-chain, for example, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Nobody expected that to happen, given that, they were a successful bridge solution for so long. And just out of curiosity, if you got caught up in the mix with this particular exploit, let me know in the comments. I'm curious to see how you fared, or if you know anybody, or if you just want to talk about it. It's a pretty big happening in crypto. And we're going to talk about what the price did and why this may or may not be a good buy in the future when we get to the hype coins. But it's definitely something to look at. Curve is off of its high. It was floating around like the high 80s, around 86. And even though it's recovered, we're still floating roughly around 60. So, something to consider, but tread cautiously. All right, moving on to our next topic. Get over there. Fat Man Terra. This one's juicy like Caroline Ellenson. I hate these, but I love them. All right, so if you haven't been following the news, our man Fat Man Terra, he is suffering under some very serious accusations from Rollbit. All right, Rollbit is an online casino / exchange / derivatives platform. They got a lot going on now. It used to just be essentially like a casino, but they've done a lot to like elevate what their project offers. All right, so he recently made some really high-profile accusations against Rollbit of just essentially questioning their solvency and like asking what was under the hood. All right, Rollbit did not like this. So what they did, instead of answering him, was go and kind of like attempt to dox him. Now, as you all know, Fat Man Terra is around from the Terra Luna ecosystem collapse. He used to be like a really active member on the internal Terra forum. And then like once all the craziness with Daquan started to go down and we started to hear about the team moving money and doing like kind of shady stuff, he made a Twitter handle and became like really prominent. And now when you hear his name, it's like essentially associated with like someone uncovering some malfeasance or like a blockchain research that's like pointing out something that's happening in the shadows that affects all of us that we wouldn't normally know about. So he's pretty much like a hero. He's somebody that's held in high regard because it seems like he's there for the transparency of the whole ecosystem, which is admirable. Well, I guess he picked the wrong people to mess with this particular time. They went and they dove and they essentially used like an associated email address to see if they can uncover any of his other alternate handles on different platforms. Well, it seems like they were able to. And unfortunately, what they found isn't such a great look. All right, so once they got in there, they found a bunch of old posts from Batman that were not so great. A lot of stuff like anti-Semitism, a lot of kind of racist posts, and like let me say that a singular chat history doesn't invalidate the good acts that someone does for the ecosystem. Judge a man by his actions and not necessarily by his words. But as a person held to such high regard and being known for pointing out malfeasance in other people, it wasn't a good look, so to speak. And all this is allegedly because Fat Man has not came forward and been like, yeah, these are definitely my handles, like, I apologize. He essentially hasn't owned, so we can only speculate. But it seems pretty compelling because some of the stuff that the alternates were talking about directly reference the Fat Man Twitter account, things like that. So it's kind of a damning position to be in. To keep going with that, they offered $100,000 bounty on Fat Man Terra for anybody that could release more information, possibly doxing him or tying him more so to these handles. I never liked this, but I'm not going to pick a side with this. Obviously, they feel aggrieved, and in this litigious new world, if they have a way to possibly, if they've been damaged, they should definitely have the right to see him in court. Like libel and slander are definitely a thing. So if they feel like a statement has been made against them that's like not fair or affects like their underlying, like what they're about, then they definitely should have the opportunity to like address that. Like I'm totally for that. But it's a bad look, I guess, in my opinion, for Fat Man Terra, just given like what he's projected himself as or like what he stands for. And again, like, please separate all that he's done because like he was absolutely instrumental. In the early days of Terra Luna, we didn't have any information. Everything imploded. It just went bad really quick. And he was like a voice of reason. He was like a voice of reassurance for a lot of people that lost their entire shirt during that time frame. So, while it is not the best thing that could happen, I would still, think about the contributions and not the immediate, this. It's unfortunate. So anyway, crypto Twitter is kind of up in arms about this with the same argument. They're like kind of weighing out, and like a lot of people that were really supportive of him are not so supportive in the comments anymore. But crypto has a really short memory, so we'll see how this shakes out when it's all said and done. If you heard about this, if you were aware of this, because the messiest stuff always happens in crypto, let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think he's going to come back from this? Do you think that this really invalidates everything that he has brought to the system so far? Or, what's your opinion as far as his legacy compared to all this? All right, and that is pretty much the crypto news for today. I'm going to talk about a couple of more hype coins that are kind of tied into this. We're going to look at Curve, we're going to look at Aptos, and we're going to look at Pepe. But as far as the news, that's pretty much it. Passing it back to you.
Awesome, Leonard. Thank you so much for that. Oh, I love hearing your fundamental analysis. You are always just so on the ball. And I know, you're deeply embedded with the current dialogue at all times. And you know what? If you're a technical analyst like myself, it's quite difficult to always stay in touch with the FA and the TA. So thank you for being on our side. Absolutely awesome. All right, before we move forward, please everyone join the Kahoot and let's just have a look here. We have Bybit Chapter 16. Absolutely awesome. So get involved. We all know how this works. You vote for the token that you would most like to see listed. If your vote is correct, and that's the majority vote, then you actually get a payout in that token, which of course, if it is being listed by Bybit, most likely has some awesome fundamental use cases to it. Our tokens are Altava, Carbon Browser, and Covalent. So please do come to the link. I will drop this link for you all right now so that everyone can have a look. 1 second. And let me know in the chat, are you aware of any of these coins as of yet? Are you aware of any of these coins as of yet? And which one should I choose? Please help me out, because I know nothing about these projects. Of course, I'm going to do my own research. But as usual, I know that a lot of you are deeply involved with what's happening. And, some of you just know. Crypto Cloud tends to just know which one is going to win. All right, so please have a look there. I just dropped the link. That is to have a look at our Bybit and of course get involved. All right, so I will drop the Kahoot link one more time. Let's all get involved. I see we have 12 in the Kahoot so far. Let's try and at least smash our 50. Everybody join in. All right, so let's have a look at some hype tokens before we get into our holistic charting and trading. All right, over to you, Leonard. Do you have any nice hype tokens for us?
All right, let me switch screens real quick. All right, and we always have the ability to definitely talk about the tokens before we get there, which is great. It all seems like we're on the same track. But I'll be looking at 3 tokens in specific today: Pepe, Curve, aforementioned, and Aptos. All right, as far as Pepe, as you can see, we've had almost a 12% spike over the last 24 hours. This isn't really on the heels of anything. Meme coins have been doing a lot lately, especially with the upcoming base layer by Coinbase about to launch. I don't know if you heard anything about that, but over $100 million in meme coins just popped up overnight. People are doing a lot with the highly super risky speculative assets. The meme coins are great. There's a lot of gains there, but tread carefully because you will totally get wrecked. But Pepe has kind of been solid for a minute. It went way up and then it went kind of down and then it's middling. But this recent spike is not so bad. But with any 12% up bump with no real news, it seems like there's a lot of downside. There's been nothing, it's a meme coin, so it's not like there's a serious dev team behind it. No offense, Doggy, no offense, Shibu. But just essentially it's vapor, it's hype. So it seems like there's some more downside potential, and this is a perfect entry, but I could be wrong. Not financial advice as always, but definitely something to look at over a longer frame. You might want to look at a short. You might think that there's a little bit more upside, and it's quite possible, but I put my money on the short personally. Again, not financial advice. You gotta take your own particular pick with that. All right, let's see. Moving on over to Curve. All right, Curve is pretty much, holding it. It's not, I wouldn't say it's sidewaysing, but over a much shorter time frame. Right now we're on 1 day. It's pretty stable. But if you back out a little bit, you'll see that, let me see. Let me bring it into a slightly tighter frame. All right, this was slightly before all the terrible news happened, before we had the hack. So we were floating up around 74, and after the huge correction down to 47, right now we're floating around 60. So as you can see, the curve has been pretty solid. It's a pretty blue chip as far as DeFi protocols are concerned, and we're simply not back where we were. And I would imagine that there is a lot of fun and uncertainty about where do we go from here. If we got that nervous, if there was that much risk of contagion over it falling initially, anything could happen. If we have some just generalized bad news, if Bitcoin takes a huge leg downward, then we'll see some of these same fears pop back up because it doesn't have that extra 18 or so cents as kind of a buffer, from complete ruin. And let me reiterate that the CEO did use some of that over-the-counter raise to kind of increase margin and ensure that he wouldn't be liquidated in the event that we saw a downturn. But we've seen these markets move dramatically, just pretty much overnight on any little piece of news. So the risk is still there while we're trading significantly downward. So I don't know. Let me know in the chats if you think that we could possibly see some more upside as this recovers from this huge dump, or are the markets still uncertain enough with this particular token that we could possibly see some more downside? I think in a longer term view that, people obviously have been interested in Curve. It consistently has a pretty decent, consistent volume. So anybody that was looking to get Curve to add it to part of their longer term holdings, like this isn't a terrible time to buy Curve. And I'm looking myself. I wish I would have brought it on DeFi when it was pretty much free, but you don't always catch things like that. So let me know if you think that this is a buying opportunity in the longer term, or do you think that this is still a little bit too hot to play with? That like maybe give it a little bit more time, or let's ascertain what the general direction of the market is before we make a play like this, because things like this can't be risky if everything is volatile, if everybody's kind of on edge. I haven't checked the sentiment gauge in a while, but I'd imagine that it's been kind of meh, given that everything's been kind of sideways. We just recently saw BTC spike up to 30, but beyond that, that's like been the most exciting thing that's happened besides this, and just random one-offs with certain tokens. So we'll see. All right, and moving on to my final hype token. All right, Aptos is actually pretty cool thing happening with them. All right, as you can see, we saw a massive spike up from 675 to like roughly 775, almost $1, pretty much in one candle at a hour time frame. But essentially, what this is tied into is a recently announced a partnership with Microsoft for a like AI solution, and that Diego is pretty huge. So as you can tell, a lot of people that have been watching this like aped in immediately. There's a lot of FOMO in that singular candle, but anytime you see an asset take that huge of a leg up at a given time, and as we can see right now in real time, there's probably some downside in the immediate future. So I'm thinking the case for a short, especially looking at the tails in those last couple candles. But as always, it can go any way. I've seen sometimes on things that go up hype-wise, like immediately, that you'll see a huge spike up, then some profit taking for people that have been holding below that price range, and then you'll get another round of FOMO and people like ape in additionally as well. But if we see a couple more candles to kind of confirm the trend, I think it's safe to say that with that pretty much completely vertical carrying candle, that we're going to see some at least gradual downside red. So I would suggest plan accordingly. If you think that this is a shorting opportunity, it has quite a way to fall before it goes back to where it was, and then we might see a new floor, because that's a huge development. It's not every day that a crypto project partners with Microsoft, and the implications of what they are producing as a collaboration would be pretty huge on the ecosphere when they do finish it. So it's your gamble, everybody. As always, be careful, research, and manage your risk. It's the main thing that'll keep you alive out here. And that is it for our hype coins. Give it back to Jordan for some more delicious DJ trades. Back to you guys.
Awesome. So it seems that the crew has been really loving that. Thank you, Leonard, for that. I just dropped the raffle again with the code, so please let me know if anybody is having any trouble with our raffle. And please do hop into the Kahoot. I will drop the link again. We will be kicking off our Kahoot in about 10 to 15 minutes, so everybody, please do hop on. What we're going to do now is have a little look at our BTC market charts. Let's have a see how our trades are doing. We can see that our XRP trade is minus 10%, and we can see that our APT trade, actually, interestingly enough, is going in and out of profit. There's definitely popcorn time happening here on the APT. If we go back to this little time frame, look at these wicks that we are getting around our entry, so something is going to happen here. It could be the long, it could be the short. I see long calls coming in. It looks like we are at least in some wicks, in some 15-minute wicks to the short, and we can see that our P&L is looking Pretty good. All right, so let's have a look at BTC and some market charts and see what's happening. As most of you are aware, I'm using some pretty large weekly channels that are giving me some very nice entry zones. And to break it down very quickly and very simply, we have been looking at a very simple fib retracement from the top of the current completed micro uptrend. And we can see that it is the 0.382 level that has been pushing us up, and which also coincided with all of our other TA bullish divergences, etc., breakouts of resistance to give us a push up. And when everything comes into line like that, that's when you take your shot. That's when you enter your trade. That's when you pull out your sniper rifle. And for those who weren't here, Sheldon will be joining us in 2 weeks' time. So make sure you come and show him the flames. He is such a lovely, lovely guy and such an awesome trader. He has so much to share with the world. Okay, so there we have our 0.382. As most of us know, our golden pocket is the 0.618. So even on this one simple completed micro trend that we're looking now, we are looking for lower entry levels into a long, which is why I have already realized profits. I have brought my stop into profit, and my take profit is quite close, as you saw, at that 30,400, because I want to take profits off the table on this long. This could just be one more attempt. It could be the bulls just stopping out the shorters. And you know what? We could see, in my opinion, let me not say any financial advice, not financial advice, NFA, but I could see this playing out, a nice move down to 27.4 golden pocket, and then another push for the bulls up to possibly even the top of our channel to try and test 33. So do not hold me to that, but it is one scenario, and let me know if anybody else is with me in that. All right, let's move swiftly forward. We're not going to do too much out of time frame on BTC right now, because you know what? I think we should be looking ahead of the game. And when you want to get ahead of the game in crypto, you look at the market charts that influence crypto. You want to be looking at leading indicators, and there are market charts that can act as leading indicators. If we look at our Bitcoin trading chart, we can see that an entry has come in for the short. I did not manage to get that entry. I kept on in my long for now. I'll see how this plays out. And of course, here I will enter the long again if we manage to come up. But in my opinion, this 30,000 level is holding very strong. I'm looking for a retest of the support and resistance around about 29,000. Very juicy. And then, like I said, a break of this level. Look how much support. We have key support and resistance at 28.8. We have a naked POC for the advanced traders, 28.5. And then we move down towards our golden pockets. And sure, so much resistance. And looking at this chart, we can just see how significant this level is. And we did not even come to reach it yet. The liquidity, all of the bulls stepped in before we actually reached the level that should flip into support. So be careful there with that naked POC. We could see an explosive wick there too. And of course, in terms of another short, we're still just waiting to break this very juicy short level, which we can now extend. And these zones are all coming from lots of analysis, but in order to be nice and clear and clean and to stop analysis paralysis, it's nice to have a chart. As you can see, that's very simple. And I can just watch the price. I wasn't on the chart. I missed the entry. I'm happy with my long. But if we enter any of these zones, I will enter trades, because a lot of analysis has gone into these launchpad zones. And if we look back in time, I mean, the trades, they're just kind of unending from these zones. So make sure you're doing all your analysis, but then don't paralyze yourself on the chart. Just open another chart. Keep it very simple so that when you want to open trades, very easy. And of course, set up your webhook. Now we have a webhook strategy link with Bybit straight from TradingView, so you can automate strategies. And for those of you who are running machine learning indicators like me, of course, backtest. But now there is a way to very swiftly automate your strategies from TradingView straight
That's
to
dope.
Bybit. That's
That's
amazing.
pretty
And
dope.
you know what?
Yeah.
People are making very nice profits already out of the webhook. So don't sleep on it. Get involved. Okay, time for the market charts. Let's get into it. Of course, I like to analyze the DXY. Whoa, and we can see that the DXY absolutely playing ball with our analysis, not even coming up. So that is a slightly bullish indicator for Bitcoin, that the DXY The dollar against a basket of other currencies is not even managing to test its actual resistance. It is falling short before we're coming to the actual resistance line. And we can see a little bit less and less pull for the bulls on each one of these upticks. And of course, this is a downtrend with lower highs and lower lows. So this could be, of course, a catalyst now for Bitcoin. If we actually manage to get a proper rejection here for the Dixie back towards the median, back towards the bottom of the channel that has just been giving us the entries time and time again, it would be very bullish for Bitcoin because we would see money flowing out of the dollar into lots of stocks and commodities, and some of those being digital currencies such as Bitcoin. I hope everybody's following. We're going to stay on a large time frame for this because, as we can see, it's a very tame chart. Once it finds its exhaustion and its turnaround point, it tends to make a beeline for the next major support or resistance. I'm not convinced that the dollar bulls are done here. So watch for a breakout at the top of this channel, because that, of course, would be very bearish for Bitcoin. And maybe juicy for some very nice entries into some alts if we see a nice retracement on the alts. All right, so from there, I like to look at some digital stocks. S&P 500 does give us some insight into what's happening with the digital stocks. And as we can see, we called it. We called that the S&P would not manage to continue eating higher and higher. We can see what's happening here, running out of momentum. Nothing can go up forever. And of course, coinciding with a little bit of a dollar pump, we found our rejection here. So we can put in a new horizontal resistance line for the top of our trend now, and we can actually start looking at some retracements here for the S&P 500. We have nice support coming in, very nice to see. But let's have a look, because this is quite a large uptrend. If it is completed now, I would say I would look right from here at the apex, where these two channels connected, the top and the bottom, gave us our beautiful launch. If this is a completed trend, we do have a lot of room to come down to the retracement levels of the 0.382 for a bounce, and then of course 0.618 for a bounce, which would also bring us down to the middle of our channel. So things could get bearish, and you know what, if you keep that in mind, you're good. As long as you're not aping in, over leveraging, if you are playing the DCA game, if you are playing the smart game, then of course we're picking up tokens here. We're picking up tokens that in a bull market are going to give us some nice results. And we can also see here, very likely to receive a rejection. If we do go higher, we can very clearly see the next major level right here around 4,814. Okay, so from there, of course, I like to have a look at BTC dominance, and we can see that BTC bulls are actually making a play here, and this is why we see Ethereum not pumping as much as Bitcoin. It's why we see alts maybe not pumping so much, because right now Bitcoin is actually taking the limelight in this pump. And what this tells us, if you want to know how to read the BTCD, it is a little bit counterintuitive. But what we're looking for here is, of course, one of these rejections and one of these huge red candles on BTCD. For what? Let me hear from the audience. Let me see who's on board. Let me know. All right, so before I tell you, let's have a look. We can see our major resistance line just absolutely giving us all we need. One line on the chart right now for this market cap. And don't think that you don't have to map market cap. This is very important. This is BTC dominance. So the market cap of dominance in size of Bitcoin against all other cryptos. And here we can see BTC dominance finally getting a rejection, which means that if we do, let me see if anyone got it in the chat. There we go. We could be looking at the start of an alt season. So well done, Lalit. Thank you for that. You're on it. All right, to show the potential spike in alts. Exactly. So for more brownie points, in order to get the pump in alts, what do we need to see BTC doing while BTC dominance is dumping? So if BTC dominance dumps now and we want to see alts going up, what do we need to see Bitcoin doing? Show me in the chat. Let's see the gurus. This is very important knowledge. It is counterintuitive, and there are cheat sheets. Go into Google and type BTCD cheat sheet, and you will see it is very counterintuitive. But once you learn that it's pretty much in reverse, you start to move. Ether against BTC. There we go. It's a lovely, lovely chart to look at. We'll have a look at that. But man, thank you for that. All right, so it is. It is very tough, but there we go. It's counterintuitive, and Draxus is on it. We would need to see BTC pumping. Wow, the dominance is dumping. That's when we smash the alts. Thank you very much. Lovely, lovely, lovely. All right, let's move. Let's have a look at USDTD. This is the dominance of the US dollar. The US dollar stable coin USDTD, and we can see a nice dump coming in. Not bad. Let's have a look at the total. This is the total crypto market cap, and not looking bad. Let's just extend our upwards channel, and like I've said many times, let's zoom out. It is awesome that our market cap is eating into this large apple of liquidity. This is like a worm just eating into all of the sell pressure and, of course, getting rejected. But the bulls are stepping in. And what we're seeing here are higher lows and higher highs. So let's see. This is a lower low. That's looking a little bit dangerous there. And, of course, the rejection here on the crypto total market cap, we're looking at support quite low down. So, of course, please be aware of that if we do see a break of this trend. And, of course, we would be looking top to bottom, Fibonacci, and we can already see these kinds of levels playing out. So look for that 0.618, and don't think that you can't use these exact same indicators and tools on a market cap chart, because you can. Okay, here is the total 3. This is the total market cap excluding BTC and Ethereum. So this is just altcoins. And we can see serious confusion here happening around one very central major line, and we are, in my opinion, right now just underneath it. So we will need to see a push. We can see where the liquidity is. Look at this huge wick here on the weekly time frame. So when you see a wick like this on a weekly time frame, we're talking big liquidity. And right now we can see that we are getting rejected from that kind of a range. And I could easily see a squeeze here and a pump, depending, of course, on what happens in the markets outside of crypto. All right, so I hope everybody is following. Bitman, let's have a look at ETH BTC. Let's clean it up a little bit. As we can see, we're looking at, similar to Bitcoin, a pretty huge downward sloping wedge, you could call it. And ETH against BTC, another interesting, slightly counterintuitive chart to read. But basically, this is what we're looking at. And just understand that this is ETH against BTC. And it is also a nice pair to arbitrage. If you know how to arbitrage, you're simply buying and selling BTC against each other with these different buy and sell points. And we can see that this chart does behave. It is extremely volatile, but it does behave. So go mark out these charts. And of course, you can use ETH against Bitcoin to determine whether you should be trading Bitcoin only, whether the money is in Bitcoin or whether the money is in ETH. Very important chart to be aware of. Weekly bullish divergence. MIGS, very nice. So let's have a look. ETH against BTC. Wow. MIGS is on it. Sniper rifle out. So we see a weekly bullish divergence printing on Market Cypher. B on ETH against BTC. Sure. So look for the play out. We saw what happened the last time, even on a daily. This is a weekly bullish divergence. And when we see a bullish divergence on Market Cypher, as I said, this is quite a few indicators coming into play. And of course, we can also see some patterns playing out. A lot of us know these patterns, but let's not get too advanced. All right, so moving on from here, what we're going to look at are some holistic trades. So first, of course, when you're going to hop into trades, you want to be aware of the current trend on a macro and a micro on BTC, just so that you're aware of where you're sitting. So right now we can see on the daily, we are currently getting rejected from our weekly and daily level at the round level of 30,000. Daily, you can say we're on an uptrend, but we're currently rejected. MIGS, weekly bearish divergence on the Dixie. Bitman, we need to have you as a guest on one of these sessions doing your TA. Absolutely lovely. All right, so it looks like we might be heading down. This is the daily. Then we come right down to a close time frame. And there we see it. It looks like we are heading down. So just be aware of that into any trades that you're going to hop into. There's now room on this 15-minute time frame for BTC to come down to the 29,500 level. So we're going to keep that in mind for our trades. And of course, there is some support right in the middle here. So that's also something to keep in mind. Okay, let me go into the Discord right now. Please do, if you haven't already. Wow, and just look at these to the dollar entries on the 15 minutes. I missed that trade because I was in the long, but absolutely beautiful. Well done, everybody. And it just shows, do the analysis, plan the trades, and then actually trade the plan. Don't change your plans last minute. All right, so let me have a look. I meant weekly bullish. There we go. Exactly. Weekly bullish divergence on the Dixie. Very, very nice. Kahoot is working. I love it. All right, so we're going to go swiftly into the Kahoot shortly. Just a few minutes. I see that everybody is following. Absolutely lovely. So right now in the Discord, let me see if anybody is dropping us any charts. All right, I don't see any charts as of yet, but no worries. Even right in the chat, I know you all have your coins right in the chat. Drop for me now. And we're talking holistic, so give me daily time frame, give me 4-hour time frame, breakouts of triangles, etc. Any coins you want to look at. Otherwise, of course, I do have my eyes on some coins, and you know what? We could look at CRV. So let's do that. Let's start out with a little bit of a look at CRV while you drop your trade. Oh, look at this trade. Yes, so that's what we like to see in live trading. Thank you for the APT short. We're imminent to our take profit. This is absolutely awesome. What I'm going to do, because I love profits, I'm just going to bring my TP up into this wick. We are currently in, let's just have a look, a 61% profit on a $100 trade. And you know what? Just for the sake of the positive P&L, let's wizard. Let's match our profits. No one ever went poor taking profits. If you're in a nice profit, smash it. We can see the stochastic here on the 15-minute wants to turn around. When you're in this kind of a situation, you can also pull out your MACD. This is your moving average convergence divergence indicator. And you know what? This short might just continue. Watch for the cross there. Look at the momentum turning around. So what a beautiful call, and thank you. We smashed the profits. As a community, we are in a lovely P&L, and well done. I think that came from Black Huncho. Congratulations, you just won a trade live. Absolutely awesome. All right, so someone was talking about Dodo. This is my trade on Dodo.
Hey.
Very, very cool. Yeah, it was a nice one. I managed to actually catch an awesome entry. Not quite in the 15-minute wick area, but you know what? It just hit the hoop and it went in. Let's call it that. And we have received a confirmation. So I am still in the trade, and we are looking at some very nice realized P&L as well as unrealized P&L. We're only $9 in the trade. So looking pretty good. Okay, let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do on CRV, because I'm interested in this coin. And we can see, as Leonard has told us, relatively stable over the last 24 hours. So let's try and see. I mean, we can see upside here. We can see downside here. Which way is it going to go? Let's zoom out a little bit. Let me see if anybody has any coins in the chat. So on the 4-hour, we can see that the EMAs are overextended to the downside. Let's have a look at our stochastic. As most of you know, I like to rhyme my regular RSI with my stochastic. Right now, CRV on the 4-hour not giving us an entry. Remember, regular RSI is our main entry indicator, and you're just not playing it from a position of power if you don't listen to it. That was the entry. We didn't get it. Now we wait. We wait and we snipe. What we can see is the stochastic, which obviously acts a lot more immediately. It is more weighted to recent price action, and we can see that we are looking at a turnaround for the long. So if you are wanting to enter the long at a confirmation on the stochastic, and we'll see the 15-minute regular RSI might give us an entry, but what you're looking for is a break. See how we tested this 50 EMA, but we did not manage to cross it. First entry signal for a possible entry, cross of the 50 EMA. Then we don't just want to test the 200. We'll likely test it first, but we actually want to break price action through the 200. Then we want the 50 and the 200 to cross for the confirmation. As you saw in my Dodo short, That's when I decided, okay, I'm going to stay in the trade. I'll realize 70%, but I'm going to stay in the trade because it is a confirmation. So let me know if anybody else is looking at CRV. And let's see, this is the 4 hour, but let's go a little bit closer to see if anything is happening. So 1 hour not looking good, looking like a little bit of a shark fin to the downside. When you see a shark fin on your RSI, what it tells you is basically a very small divergence has come in. So there's been a very sharp buy, followed by a very sharp sell, which can be the catalyst of further downwards movement. We can also see that the stochastic has absolutely turned around, starting to enter back into its momentum zone. So 1 hour looking like short playing out before our eyes. Let's see 15 minutes. And yeah, maybe not the best holistic trade. So let me hear it. Nelson says XRP. And perhaps there is a holistic trade on XRP. Perhaps it does not need to be rodeo all the time. Let's have a look. If we bring our leverage down, maybe we can ride this on the daily. Okay, so we are currently in a profit on our lovely DGen scalp. So it's been an awesome day for the DGens. Well done, Bitman, absolutely killing it. So you know what? Let's let Bitman's trade play out now. You know what? Just to be safe, this is XRP. Just because we're in profit now doesn't mean we're going to make profits. So what I'm going to do to be safe here is bring my stop loss to a break even. If you want to cover your fees, of course, come just above a break even. And you know what? Bybit fees are awesome. If you've traded on all the other exchanges, Bybit fees are awesome. I'll happily pay them for this beautiful service. I mean, look, I'm streaming live, multi-streaming. There is no lag. It is absolutely awesome. All right, and what we can do here, there's our take profit. We'll leave it there because this could really play out nicely. Okay, so let's leave that trade on XRP. Let's see. Are there any other? So we're looking at an H bar, Gibson. Okay, let's have a look at the H bar. And then we are swiftly going to move into our Kahoot. We're running slightly over time. So please do hop on. Now is the time. We are imminent for Kahoot. All right, H-bar getting rejected at resistance. Very nice, Gibson. Are you eyeing the short? Gibson's eyeing the short. So weekly, we can see the wick has already come in. Very nice. Oh, we can also see that some of our market cipher indicators are looking like there's nowhere else to go right now but down. Oh, we can see money flow doing something interesting into the upside there. And a bullish divergence not quite being able to print out. All right, so on the weekly, let's move down to the daily. Also looking like a rejection coming in. Gibson, very nice. Thank you for this. We are seeing a rejection from a major rejection point that we have seen previously, which was support flipped into resistance. Just be aware that if we have already tested this once, of course, this could have just been the retest for the breakdown. But remember that this could be a push to the upside. We could break through this, Gibson. So make sure your stop loss is there, and we will make sure of this. But as we can see from Market Cipher, this is looking, as we've seen in the past, like things want to turn around. And let's not get too in-depth into the indicator. Okay, so 15-minute looking like if we wanted to enter this, we would wait. We would wait for this tiny 15-minute divergence to play out so that we're looking the same over here. And that's just a matter of patience. You could simply stay on the charts, or you could just set an alert if we break higher, or you could just set a limit conditional entry into the short. What we're going to do right now is into the short and manage the trade if it does come higher to give us a 15-minute confirmation entry. So what we're going to do is enter on the 4-hour. We can see a bearish divergence perhaps going to be confirmed here on the 4-hour. So thank you very much for our final trade today, Gibson. Let's have a look at H bar. Have a look at the short. I think we are eyeing this 4-hour time frame. We can see that we are overextended. RSI is entering into momentum zone, and we got a lovely shark fin. And as we can see, we're also getting a bearish divergence. So Gibson, thank you very much. You are killing it on the charts, brother. Let's enter this short and hope this bearish divergence plays out on this 4-hour time frame. So let's have a look. We're going to go on a cross. We're going to keep our leverage a little bit tame here because we're looking more holistic. We don't want to get stopped out quickly. Let's enter into, we can go a little bit bigger here. Let's go into a $200. Make sure you enter, of course, with your stop loss. And because our leverage is a little bit more tame, we're going to get a little bit of leeway on our stop loss. Make sure that your stop is confirmed, and you can see the prices, of course, if you want to check them out, and then you enter into your trade. Here we can see exactly where our stop loss is, and it is the level to break. We can see that there is a slight likelihood there of being wicked out, and that's not what we want. So we might want to bring our stop loss just slightly above the previous wick, because as we can see in an exhaustion failure pattern, the wicks get slightly lower. I hope everybody is following, and we can see that we might be looking at a move down here on the 4-hour time frame. So Gibson, thank you for that. It looks like we are entering into a positive P&L, and it's been a lovely day for live trading. So thank you everybody. All right, our Kahoot is imminent. I see 31. Let's pump it. Let's push it. I have dropped the link again. I will keep you all updated on the holistic trade in the Discord, as well as the DGen trades, and we'll have a short discussion about our DGen trade after the Kahoot. But we are imminent. Ika, Chukwusam, Maxilla in the building. Cypher, far, Miar. And let me know, please. I need your feedback on my analysis. What can I do better? Am I a terrible TA analyzer? Just, feedback when it's positive, of course, is amazing. And I love you all, and you all give me the most positive feedback. But the way I learn is when you tell me what I am doing wrong. Are my charts too messy? What is happening? Okay, Nazari. Awesome. Learst Bitman in the building. Anthony. We are 38. Oh, Zyder coming to take the cake. And Zyder, congratulations on your bonuses. I mean, that's real money. And you made that right here by listening and learning. And of course, supporting us, supporting Bybit. All right, so Gent God, Source Kid, Solid Paul, Lully, Trades by Real, Draxus, Tannen, Alexis, almost too many to mention. Pasha, Dear Kid, Miar, Big Driller, Glory, Shaw, and everybody hopping in. So now is the time. We are imminent. I will literally give 60 seconds. 60 seconds. Let me know if in the chat, if anybody is struggling to enter, and we'll give you slightly longer. There is the Kahoot link once again. Gibson, that was some nice analysis. Well done, brother. All right, Source Kid and Black Huncho. Black Huncho, you just made $60 live. Congratulations. That was awesome. Community P&L looking good. C98 low pump detected. Very nice. Some whale input there. Valentine, don't play it. Nah, Gibson, you're the bomb. Oh, we wanted to look at MTT. I will look at it after MNT. I will look after the chat, and I'll drop the analysis into the Discord. Awesome. Far. Kahoot not working. Let us know if you need more time, but just refresh your internet, get on board. This is where we have fun. This is where we test ourselves. This is where we learn. All right. Let's go. I see we're looking good. We're imminent. All right. So if we are all ready, just drop a ready comment in the YouTube comments. Miguel, I got a juicy C98 short. Please do drop your TA and your snapshots into the Discord. I would love to see. Google form not working. I just checked. The Google form is working. So just make sure that you're using the link correctly with nothing else attached to it. All right, ready. Source Kid ready. Anthony ready. Jess ready. Exastra ready. Liz ready. Adanika LFG. All right, so it seems like the crew is ready. If you are still having trouble, no worries. Just keep trying. And you know what? We've got some tricks. Coming in. So even if you miss out on the first few questions, we're likely to see a shake-up. Josh in the building. Living Crypto. Tink. Gibson. There are some new faces in our stream. If it's your first time in our stream, please let me know. This is my first time. CryptoCloud born ready. That's what I like to hear. Valentine, one of the previous places. Lovely to see you. Ika. All right. Ready. Let's start. We are 46 in the Kahoot. Everybody ready? 47. Look, man. Let me know if you need me to wait, but let's go. We are starting. Here we go. First question. Remember, speed and accuracy. Question 1 out of 10. When is WSOT extended registration until August 17th at 10 a.m., August 17th at 12 a.m., August 18th at 10 a.m., or August 18th at 12 a.m.? 28 answers in, 17 seconds left. Let's get those answers in. Remember, speed and accuracy. 38 answers in, 39 answers in. Quickly smash, 3 seconds left. Don't get caught out. Well done
right.
to most of us. 23, the majority getting it correct. You know what? I'm so eager to see this leaderboard after the first question. And you know that was tricky. That was a bit tricky. You had to really look at the link to know whether it is 10 a.m. or 12 a.m. So well done, everybody. And it is indeed 10 a.m. Let's see, Zyder. Oh, why am I not surprised? I mean, Zyder, how are your fingers so quick? Sheena, Halo Swift, Big Driller. We can see 968. That means you were pretty much instant. All right, Chiku Sam, absolutely awesome. Our top 5. All right, Leonard, over to you for the next question.
All right. For question number 2, which of the following is not a Byvotes 16 project? All right, and we have CQT, TAVA, CSIX, and Neon. All right, guys, which one of these is not one of the options that you could choose in the 16th Byvotes? Got about 13 seconds, 42 answers in. You got this. All right. Coming up on 5 seconds. Hand. Good job, guys. All right. Pretty much overwhelmingly got that. Neon. Neon is not a Bybits option in the 16 iteration of Byvotes. All right. Let's see what you guys did as far as
Some
leaderboard.
serious concentration gone in there.
Yeah,
Well
like
done, everybody, for noticing and getting it right. I love to see such a huge majority getting it right because you know what? As much as we're here for bonuses, perhaps, the learning is inevitable. If you're doing this quiz, you're learning. You're learning. So take that home with you and, of course, put it into practice. Okay, let's have a look at that. Our next question. Jess coming in to second place. Sheesh, Big Driller, Halo Swift, Vicky, Cider in first. All right, what was the OTC price of CRV tokens from MIC, M-I-C-H? 23 ounces in already. $0.3, $0.4, $0.5, $0.6. 20 seconds left. 43 ounces in. Don't fall for the tricks. Be nice and calm. Access the knowledge in your brain. 46 ounces in. 5 seconds left. All right, a little bit of a tough one there. But well done to those 18. So still the majority. Very impressive. That was a tough one we threw in there. So congratulations to those 18. And let's see if we got a bit of a shake-up. Zyder coming in first. Big Driller second. Anthony third. Trades by Real. Well done. Very, very nice. One of our up-and-coming gurus in Nigeria. Smashing it. And there we have Draxus. Chukwu Sam, a streak with 3 correct answers. Congratulations. Let's move swiftly on to question 4. OTC means over the counter. Ika, let's move on to question 4.
all right. Mike, founder of CRV, staked CRV tokens and borrowed a large amount of stablecoins against that collateral. Is this true or false? We talked about this. All right. A lot of answers in very quickly. Got roughly 20 seconds left. And we're asking, is it true that he staked tokens and borrowed against them? Or is that a falsehood? All right. We got about 10 seconds left. 45 answers in, 46 answers. Coming up on 5. And let's see what you guys did shortly. All right. And that is true, unequivocally true. So true that the market's moved around it a little bit, but good job, everybody. They got that. Excellent
41
job.
smashing it.
All
All right,
let's
so
see
be
what
aware if you didn't get it wrong. Very nice fundamental analysis to be aware of. Up 8 places, Black Hunt Show. Killing it. Cider in first. Big Driller second. Anthony third. Trades by Real holding fourth. And Draxus holding fifth. All right, so let's see if we can have another shake-up. There are some tricks coming in. Let's be careful, but let's be accurate and speedy. It's not an easy balance to find. How much money was exploited from CRV? How much money was exploited from CRV? I just heard a take profit go off. Isn't that lovely? 40 answers in 17 seconds left. Okay, so this was a tough one. Well done
Sounds
to
tricky.
those who've got it correct with 61 million. 12 are really on the ball, and no worries. It is a little bit tough. Zyder, sheesh, you're doing well. Well. Big Driller second, Trades by Real third, Anthony fourth, Sheena coming in on fifth. That was a tough round. 4 players lost their answer streak. All right, so we're seeing that we really have to take note of those links and, of course, everything that Leonard says. All right, moving forward, question 6 out of 10.
Whew. All right, multi-select. What is the Fibonacci golden pocket ratio? All right, and I am not going to read these decibels because why? But you can answer more than one if you choose because it's
So don't stress,
multi-select.
this is a single select. It is supposed to be a single select.
Oh, so yeah, obviously
Apologies
there's
for
only going to
that,
be one
Roxanne.
value, but
But most of us know what this golden pocket is. And some of us will get a little bit lucky if we get it wrong. But this is a single select, 0.382, 0.618, 0.786, or 1. 42 answers in. Let's go.
bam. All right.
Well done. All right, so some getting lucky. The 0.786, that was a mistake on my part. That is not the golden pocket. The learning here is the golden pocket is 0.618. We do see the large majority of 43 coming in. So well done, everybody. Leonard, what's happening on our leaderboard? Oh,
All right.
a little bit of a
Pretty much the
shakeup.
same. It was Zyder, big drill. And I'm noticing that we don't have the same folks that because we've had guys running the board for like multiple. So it's cool to see some fresh faces, but Bitman up dramatically.
13
Why
places
okay.
Bitman has climbed. Wow.
That's nice. Good job.
All right,
All
Big
right,
Driller
good guy.
second, Trades by Real third, Sheena fourth, Anthony coming into fifth, always with the Tiger. I love it. Okay, let's move. True or false? Divergence is when the price of an asset is moving in the opposite direction of a technical indicator. True or false? Look at that. Speed. I mean, how do you compete against that speed? All right, 44 answers in, 20 seconds left. This is what I love to see. Let's go.
It's like if I didn't know they weren't bots, I would think they were bots, but obviously
Yeah,
they aren't bots. But like that's amazing.
they're pretty much bots. They're better than bots. Okay, 5 seconds left. Let's go. True or false? Only 2.
All right. Woo.
Falling for the tricks. Maybe you thought I was trying to catch you out, but that is indeed absolutely true. It is an anomaly that occurs where we see things not in agreement. And there are ways to actually use this to our advantage as a divergence. All right, Zyder holding first. This is seriously impressive. Congratulations. Big Driller, Trades by Real, Sheena, and Anthony. Crypto Cloud is climbing up 4 places. All right, Leonard, we're almost coming to the end. Question 8.
All right. Having too many indicators on the chart causes what condition, guys? And we've said this a lot of times in the stream. All right. Are we looking at profits paralysis, analysis paralysis, clarity, or entries? So, what do you get when you have too many indicators going on at what one time? All right. And you got about 10 seconds to lock that. You okay? Analysis paralysis. I see.
Some of
Does
us
it
getting a
just
bit confused with profits paralysis. And yes, it will also paralyze your profits, but it must be true because it rhymes, right? Analysis paralysis. Be aware.
Exactly.
All right, let's have a look at the leaderboard. Oh, Drax is coming into 5th.
Okay.
Zyder, I can't believe it. I mean, you have not moved from that spot. You're hardly missing any points. Very impressive. Big Driller, Trades by Real, Sheena, and Draxus. 15 players have reached an answer streak of 3, so I love to hear that the community is learning. Analysis paralysis can be very real, so do not let it get to you. Yeah, the quiz is a little bit hard. I like it that way. All right, let's move and let me let me just tell you, if you thought that was hard, these questions are this question is a banger. All right, so question 9, let's go. What does MACD stand for? What does MACD stand for? Missing average convergence divergence, moving average divergence convergence, average moving convergence divergence, moving average convergence divergence. I did talk about this in the stream. An amazing indicator, absolutely lovely. 15 seconds left, 41 answers in.
Comments are great.
I quit. No, don't quit on us. There we go. There we go. 20 of us getting it. If you just keep calm, breathe, and smash the buttons. Moving average convergence, divergence. It sounds like a mouthful, but it's an awesome tool, awesome indicator. Okay, moving towards our last question. Our leaderboard is looking interesting. Sure, Zyder. I mean, sheesh.
Cider,
Deserve
yeah.
a real gold medal for this. Big Driller trades by real Anthony and Draxus. Crypto Cloud is back with an answer streak of 3. All right, let's move. What does NFA stand for?
All right. We say it all the time, guys. What does NFA stand for? When you hear that, what does it mean? Nice financial advice, newbie financial advice, negative financial advice, or not financial advice? So that disclaimer. Let's see. 42 answers in. Coming up on 10 seconds left. You've heard this a million times. Nice way to wrap it all up. This is the 10th one, right? Yeah. All right. You got about no seconds left. And as always, not financial advice. It's us letting you know that please heed our advice because we don't want to be liable if it's not great advice. All
Those
right.
3 of you that clicked nice financial advice, please be aware that when I say NFA, I'm not telling you that it is nice financial advice. I'm telling you that it is indeed not financial advice. But absolutely awesome to see that 40 of us are very aware. Okay, so time for final leaderboard. Well done, everybody. Let's get straight into it. Congratulations,
All right.
Trades by Real, taking home another trophy.
And the
We have Big
spotlight
Driller in
goes to.
second. Oh, Valentine Zyder, of course, taking the first. He's been there the whole session. And then runners up, Anthony and Draxus. And you know what we can see here is that you learn from being in the community because all 5 of these winners and the top 3 will be receiving $50 each. All of them are some of the most active members in our community. And it just goes to show that our communities are there for learning. If you're in our communities, not only, of course, can you win bonuses to learn on, but you're gaining knowledge there from all of the gurus. And you know what? There are gurus who have been trading far longer than myself in our communities. All right, well done, everybody. Absolutely awesome. Let's have a quick discussion about our DGen trades. And you know what? Not too much to say about them since we did manage to smash a 60% take profit. Very nice on our apt trade. The other trade, it looks like we have also, all right, H-bar trade sitting nicely. And it looks like we've hit a take profit. What was the other trade that we entered? I'll have a look at my P&L and we'll drop that take profit. But I mean, that's really awesome. XRP is still in. Okay, so maybe I didn't hear a take profit going off, but we're looking good. I'll keep you all updated. And well done, Black Hunter. I mean, for us to realize $60 in a trade is an absolutely awesome step and a very nice thing for the community. Please do give us feedback. All right, let's have a look quickly at the XRP trade. Very nice to see that we still are in this trade. It is a very high leverage for this asset, even though it's not the max leverage of 75x. We can see, I mean, look at this wick that's starting to occur on the 4-hour. So something's going to happen here. These EMAs look like they want to cross. If this 50 crosses this 200 on the 4-hour, we're going to go into a really nice trade. So Migs, this was your trade. Just let me know, is my take profit too high here? Should I be more greedy or are we looking good for a push down to this take profit? And please do all get active in the Discord. We'll leave it there. It's been an absolutely awesome stream and some P&L racking up. I mean, we can see it. We can see realized P&L racking up. Absolutely awesome. So well done, everybody. We're taking strides as a community. And you know what? These streams are growing every time. So please do share them, and please do be here again in 2 weeks to welcome Sheldon, probably one of the most successful traders in South Africa. And as we know, South Africa taking a major part of the global cake right now when it comes to cryptocurrency trading. All right, Nelson, very nice. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Remember, from my side, always play from a position of power and strength. Use a stop loss and do not get wrecked. Thanks so much again, everybody, for being here. We'll see you again next week. The attendance form I will drop one more time. Leonard, any closing words from your side?
Thank you, sir. As always, guys, pay attention, trade carefully, manage your risk. We appreciate you, as always, coming out to see us. Thank you. Please tune in next time. I know I'm looking forward to Sheldon. And thanks again, guys. Congratulations on the competition. If you haven't already talked to a CM, let us get your UID so we can get you properly credited. And thanks for coming out. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, everybody. There is the link. Please do make sure to enter our raffle if you have attended for a chance at a $50 bonus. All right. We'll see you in the communities. We'll see you next week. Hashtag WMO. And of course, Art of Trading in 2 weeks' time. Thanks again, everybody, and goodbye.